Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. My name is Fizz. We are back on ARK Survival, and today it's finally the day that I'm going to be showcasing the builds that we use for the ARK Survival Evolve Genesis trailer. And sorry it's late, but we had to do some fiddling to get it to work because it was on an old build versus the new build. So yes, so let's get started. Hopefully you enjoy. So hello, welcome, my name is Fizz. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you know who I am. I work with Wildcard to build the trailers and stuff, and if you're watching this from whatever region, hello and welcome. Basically, I guess I build the trailers now, I guess you would say. I've been doing that since Ragnarok has been released, so that's how long I've been doing every DLC since then, and also any update. So anything you see technically in the videos, it's me and also everyone else. It's not just me. There's plenty of other people that help out. But for Genesis, it was mostly me and Jaren building these. Actually, it was just me and Jaren. So yeah. Anyways, so let's just get right into it. So we're at the first one, which is the water base in the ocean biome, and it's with the turtle. And I want to go over in this video. I kind of want to go over like what our thought process was, and like why we built it and how we built it. There's no like actual physical videos of us building it because we weren't supposed to. But then they changed their mind, and it was already too late. The whole thing was already done. So if you have any questions about like techniques or anything, you know, at the bottom in your comments, the timestamp, ask it and I'll try to answer it. If not, I will also try and link a video, because a lot of this stuff is really old techniques and a lot of stuff, and you know, just kind of generic stuff. So but let's just get right into it. So what is we doing with this? So this was the shot in the trailer to showcase the water platform, the big one, and also the turtle building. The whole idea that Chris wanted to do is have the main focus of the turtle to be the base of construction, and then it lifts it into the base to fill out the rest of the base. Now, we definitely had some other ideas, right? For the turtle, on top of the turtle, to have a bunch of things, but we just never had that. We just kind of left it open because it looked really cool. And please bear in mind, this was on a different build versus the live version. So for some reason, it's like really lower. It's like a whole foundation lower. I don't know why, it just happens, but it used to be, this platform right here used to be level with this right here, okay? So in the trailer, you can definitely tell it is, but none about that. Let's continue talking. So that was the whole idea. Chris is the main person in charge of the trailers. He's the one that films the edits and everything. And if you don't know, we film everything in game. Granted, there is some special effects that happen here and there, but mostly all the stuff you see in the trailers are mostly filmed in game. So there's no like CGI, you would say, like of green screens and stuff. No, all this is literally in the trailer at the time and filming. It's crazy. You have a bunch of different people doing it and filming it. It's fun and it's great. So the whole purpose of the build, like I was saying earlier, is that he wanted to have the turtle fill out the base and be part of the base. Now obviously the restrictions of the turtle build, you know, it's kind of not too easily to do that, but I worked a way around it by adding like these platforms. Now this is vanilla, so whatever you see right now, you can actually build this on official, minus no collision, but for the most part you could still probably build this anyways. It's pretty well simpled. We have half walls over here, and we also have, most of this is built by half walls, and what I mean about that is that the walkway, as you can tell, is not directly on top of a wall. It's actually in the middle. So I could have probably raised this up like one, but to get the height with the turtle, it had to be exactly like a half a wall, like almost a half a wall. It's not technically a half a wall per se. It's like a half a wall and a little bit higher, because like as you can tell right there, it's just a little bit too high. But anyways, because of this platform mechanics, is that when you add foundations to this on the sides or anywhere, the entire inner area can have actually floating pieces, per se. So as long as they're attached to the platform, you can actually have stuff floating. So all this is attached to the water platform, and it's all floating because it's just ceilings. So that's how you have this kind of floating bit right here, which is really cool. That's why there's no like foundation support or pillars, because you can just do that. And then over here we have like some little housings, you know, and like the whole point of the scene is oh sorry, that's my AC. The whole point of the scene is kind of demonstrate the turtle as a base propping into a bigger base, and therefore people living on this base as a fishing community. And I think we really kind of, you know, actually demonstrated exactly what it was supposed to be, and I'm quite happy with it. I like it, you know. There's just little touches here and there. There's a little bit of everything, you know, and there's a little bit of, you know, characteristics of everything. It's just nice. I feel like we did a fantastic job showcasing what it needed to show, and I like it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, pretty cool. And like I said again, if you have any questions about anything in the video, please put a timestamp and the question, and I'll try and link a video, or I will try and answer the comments, because there's a lot of stuff to do. But yeah, so that's the turtle base. Jaren did a fantastic job with his little icky pen that we have right here. I don't think you got to see it in the last shot, but it's okay. I was standing right here, but you didn't see me because I thought he was filming it from that angle, from this way over, because it would make it looks a little bit better. But I guess he liked this angle because he wanted the ARK to really be in the middle, which is fine. But I think we did a pretty damn good job at everything here. And we have a little gazebo here. I love it, absolutely love it. But yes, anyways, oh, I fell in the water. Let's get to the next build, and yeah, let's keep going. We got a lot of stuff to show and lots of stuff to talk about. All right, we are now at the Arctic area. We are at the Viking Lodge, and if you know me, I'm a pioneer with these Viking builds. I wasn't surprised if we were gonna actually add one. Now granted, there is some foliage that's stuck in the buildings, but that's just how it is, and I didn't feel like cleaning all of it, but for the most part it looks pretty good. So the whole tank of this obviously was for the scene to showcase some of the new creatures. We have a lot of the new snow animals here, like the snow, well, not new, I should restate that, reskins of some of the creatures, like the snow argent, the snow, there's actually snow otters in here, the snowy rhino, the snow unity saber. I think that's it. I think that's all of them. I don't know, there could be one I'm missing. And then we had some other stuff, like I was also showcasing, right, that there's megatheriums and there's apes here, and also there's bears here. So like I was also kind of hinting like, oh, these creatures are in the snow biome that you can get, and which is really cool. And as you can tell, I mean, most of these are pretty basics. I've done videos on all of these kind of builds. The only thing I have changed with them, and for some reason I have this is the file that someone painted these black for some reason. It's supposed to be sky blue, so just be aware of that. Is that this little thing right here, which is 2 ramps. This is like the only newest thing I've ever added to Viking building. Other than that, yeah, you can see how I built all these videos a couple of years ago. It's pretty old now. I've been building Viking videos right before RAD came out, like even before that actually, so pretty cool. Me and Jaren, this is actually Jaren's kind of thing, so he was working on like a kind of a cool little door, and I think he did a really good job of making it. It's like kind of a I think it's 3 high. I think it's a 3 high door, and it's sunk down, and it's a little bit of a smaller door frame, which I think looks really good, and he did a really good job. And then we kind of fixed this up and made it look like a little bit of a great hall, I guess you could say. But I think it turned out great, and it looks great. I wonder if there's anyone actually logged out in here. Let's take a look. Is there anyone in here? There's a bunch of beds. Nope, there's no one here. They're all scattered. All the people are scattered all over the map. But yeah, and then we have a bunch of little houses up in the corner here. I don't know if you'll see them. I think the trailer, the visuals or something like from like right here. I think it was like this. I think this tree wasn't even there. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think that tree was there for the trailer. It could have been. I don't know. It could have been. Yeah. So, like I said again, if you have any questions of any of the builds, or you want anything, please put them in the comments down below, because obviously there's no footage. I mean, the only thing I think the most complicated build would probably be like this one. It's not even that complicated, or this one. I think this is probably the most complicated one, which looks fantastic in my opinion. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. And the little forge, the cute little forge that we wanted to put here, it looks cute. But yeah, very nice. I think also this was this the last build? that I had to build. I think it was. I think I didn't do them in order. I think this or the turtle one was actually the last one. Oh man. Oh, and this bridge. Let me show you the bridge. So this is what I'm talking about. Again, this is a half wall. It's a half wall that's kind of messy. And if you look underneath, yes, I know, under meshing, but this is how we had to get it to stand. And it's a little, just granted, it's a little bit of a mess. It would have looked a lot nicer, but it was probably when I was really up late and I kind of just built this. It's a very, very messy, but that's how we got the whole bridge to float. Granted, maybe one day we'll be able to actually get like foundations supports that we can actually go longer than that. But for now, you know, just the movie magic of floating the bridge. But I mean, look how good it looks. It looks so good. I'm all about visuals. I could give two craps about mechanics at the moment. You know, I'm always looking for what's the best for the trailer, what's gonna make it look good, you know. And for the most part, most of this stuff is basic, you know, needs. Obviously, making stuff look good, like this bridge for instance, it would look dumb with pillars, you know. It doesn't need the pillars, it needs to look like an actual bridge. So that's kind of where I draw the line when things need to look good. But I think it looks great. It looks fantastic, and I actually could do a video about how to do this on legitimately servers. If you want, it just puts timestamp now, and I'll answer it. And if we have enough people that want to actually learn how to do this, that you can actually do this legitimately, granted, not under meshing, but a different way above the surface, just tell me. I'll do a video about it, because there is a legitimate way on official server settings that you can actually do this. So, yeah, just tell me. Anyways, I think we're done with this place. Tell me guys what you think about it, and let's go to the next one. Alright, so we are back, and we are back with the bog area. So this is basically our traditional, I've done this almost, let's see, I've done this in Aberration actually. Like an Ewok kind of village kind of feel, you know. We have to have some tree people living in the trees, because, well, we are in a massive swamp, and I mean, it's a pretty dope biome, minus the bugs and minus the bog spiders pulling off you with the bogs spiders. All right, and we are back. We are now in the bog, then we're in the bayou. And so obviously we wanted to do a like kind of an Ewok kind of style. We've done this we've done this a lot actually. For one example, it would be the Aberration trailer. You can definitely tell these are inspiration from that, because I did that for the Aberration trailer because it's very easy. And this is definitely your classic movie style builds. Like, you know, it's like, it's supposed to be good for the video, but not really functional because, well, there doesn't need to be. You know, a lot of times you don't need to make things functional because it just needs to be for the shot. So like, but for instance over here, these buildings are definitely 100% functional. They don't have any doors or windows, but you could definitely live in them if you really wanted to. This one for sure has no back because it doesn't need a back. So therefore I didn't put it back, because if you don't need to put it back, you don't put it back. That's plain and simple, you know. It's just like that. And then all these are kind of like attached to the tree chunk, but in reality you can't go in them. But that's okay, because this whole thing is meant to do is showcase, you know, the building potentials and just the fun of let me clear those out. It's just the fun of building in the bog and, you know, doing that. We have a lot of clip platform things. This is like kind of also showcasing the jump pads a lot. In the trailer, you would see me. So I'm up here, actually. This is where I would be. I would actually be jumping from here all the way to here. And I don't know how much of the video you see of it, but basically, yeah. And then you have people using the zip lines, the ladders, pretty much everything. It just looks livable and it looks really cool. So I guess let's start with, we'll just start with this. So this was like the main start of the build area. I built a little landing pad here. I built this first before I actually built that. And then I just started, you know, building out this, you know, having some walkways connecting to the tree. And then we started building up some more things. And most of the stuff is held up by one pillar. So this is one pillar, and it's basically, yeah, that's all it is right here. And then some stuff is held up by a lot of other things. And there's like a sneaky little thing right here, which is actually a summon tree platform that has, oh, this is where the toilet ended up. I forgot that we put a toilet in the scene, but this is where yeah, there's like some stuff attached to it, but for the most part, nothing really is. Most of it's attached with pillars. So here's another one pillar thing, and this is how you can kind of see. Here, I'll go some between this so you can see. So it's like one pillar and then a bunch of ceilings and stuff. But as you can tell, it gets quite crazy in here. But most of the builds are attached with just one pillar, and then attached. And like this build right here, obviously this is a actual cliff platform, and then I just built this thing out, you know, like that. And then we have up here, this is another tree platform kind of deal, and then this is just like, you know, just to store some dinos and stuff. I don't know, it's just supposed to look like a base, and it's very Ewok-y. And you know me, I don't really like using thatch that much, so this was kind of, you know, using a lot of thatch roofs and stuff, because I like, if you look at it, right, if you look at this really quickly, the thatch really does pull out details, because it's the backdrop is basically very muggy, very woodsy already and everything. So having the thatch definitely brings in some color, some light coloring, so that way it's a little bit easier to see, and also just not painting them also brings up a lot of color. And then up here we have all this over here. We have this walkway, you know, pretty much, you know, just a little Ewok village kind of dealio. I mean, and I think in the trailer there was like a Spino or something here. I don't know. With the build that I'm on the file, it doesn't have a lot of the dinosaurs placed. It was just mostly like kind of a rough estimate, because like there was also an Anki here. It's not here as well, but you know, pretty cool. And then over here is the other area. This is really cool. This is personally my favorite part of this build right here. Is the it's like this part right here, where basically it's basically built on the tree trunk itself, the branch going up, and it just feels really natural, because you can actually, if we come down here, you can actually walk on all of this basically as basically a walkway. So it's very natural, and I definitely took in the account of actually using it to here. And then you can also just get on the zip line, and I mean that's how you get on right here, zip line, get up here to this little house, and yeah, basically it. And then over here, which is just another cliff platform, just a little small market thing kind of going on right here, just showcasing some stuff. And then last but not least, this was like a really far out detail that I didn't really need to build, but it's just like a perfect circle thing with the ARK trophy thing, which I don't really remember. And then like I tried something cool with the jump pad underneath it, but you don't see it in the shot. So this is just something I did because I don't know, it was just something extra that I just thought of, like kind of like a little shrine or like temple kind of dealio, you know. But I think in the shot, I don't even think you see it because it's so far away. I mean, maybe, let's see. So I think he shot the shot like something around like down here. I know it's past this flower. So you might, I don't know, I have to look back at the footage, but you might be able to see it. I think like for maybe a split second, and then he goes up right here, I think. Something like this, I think. Like a shot like this, but he does like wide angle, so I don't know. Maybe, I don't know how all of it would, I don't remember how it all works. But yeah, so that's kind of this build, and this is the Ewok Bog Village, showcasing that. Oh, there's one more thing. This right here, this is one of my favorites. So we put pillars with the bog spider underneath, and originally this was going to be the shot where he comes out when you see him fly out, but there's not much to see right here, so that's a little bit of a disadvantage. Like, so from right here, this is where we put the bog spider, so we replace these and shooting out. I mean, look at the shot. This looks like a 10 times better of a shot, and I was actually standing right here because I thought he was going to take this shot like this. But it does make sense to do it like this, because if you look at the shot of the angle of when he would be taken off with the spider, with the person taken off, there's so much more focus going into the void of like, oh, look at the trees, look at the clouds, you know, like it's a lot better of a shot than doing it from up there, which if you look at the shot, if it did up here, it's kind of boring because there's not much happening, you know, you just see big white area like that. This has more contrast when you're jumping out. You know, I don't know, it just looks a lot better. Anyways, so yes, that's the that is officially now the Bayou Ewok Village, and let's move on to the next one. And like I said in the other one, if you have a part that you want me to go more fully explain or like do a video on, please put it in the comments down below the timestamp and what the building is, so that way I can help you guys out if you really want some help on it. All right, I saved the best for last, the actual space base. Now, you basically do not see much of this in the trailer, which is a real shame because we actually had a lot of cool shots, which I'll go over kind of what they were going to be about this area, because it's really cool. I don't know what the heck that whale's doing. Those are the ones from the trailer. I'm just going to just kill that one because it's kind of being dumb. Yeah. Anyways, so this is the space station kind of base. It's supposed to be representing kind of like a colony of people coming to the lunar area to investigate some dig sites and stuff. And the first one I want to set up is, it's a real shame because we actually had a really cool scene that we were going to show, is a crater basically of a skinned dead triceratops and also a dead skinned raptor that basically have the bone costumes on them, and they're basically been placed. And it was actually very difficult to place these creatures because, as you know, physics in the moon and also just general, it's very hard to place them. So getting them to be like this was really hard, and it's really cool, but sadly they didn't make it into the shot. I don't think they were. There was a bunch of different shots, like a bunch of cannon shots, like right here of people getting shoot by cannons and stuff. But anyways, there's a lot to go through, so let's go right into the main base itself. So the first thing that was actually built in this entire thing would actually be the landing craft itself over here, the landing pad. So you see this in the trailer. I think you see I think the shots like this, if I remember correctly, it was something like this. So you do see a little bit of the base, but not too much. You don't see the main focal point of the base, but basically this was the main thing that was built first, as it needed to host the hover skiff to get up on, so that way the people can get an escape from the attack of the other colony of people, the evil people. And basically the way that we've done this is I have floated the foundations, which this is also another trick, which you can call me undermeshing, but I definitely undermeshed it so that way it looked more you would say the part of actually for the trailer, which it looks really good for the trailer. And that's, like I was saying earlier, sacrificing the realism with the actual looks of it. Now granted, most people on most servers, I mean most of the majority of people play on private servers anyways. You will have mods and stuff. If you're on consoles, obviously you can't have mods, but you can do this basically on all private servers anyways, because they have, you know, building limits of like to be able to float stuff and stuff. So it's like, it's not technically, but like an official, you couldn't do this unless you put ring of foundations right here instead of right there. But it makes the part for the video and it looks good. Back to the base. So there was also another scene which we're going to showcase right now. I'm actually going to go through this entrance right here. So I did claim the building for this to actually work. Most of the builds I don't actually own. So I'm gonna go through one of the scenes. So there was gonna be one scene in the video that there's people walking up here, and this is gonna be kind of like a moonwalk, kind of showcasing the light sensors. So as you can tell, the lights turn on when you're walking for them, and therefore you have this really cool effect with all the lights coming on and off. And there's gonna be a bunch of people, and ignore that, I don't know why that's not working. It just lets me go through it. It's something to do with my claiming all. But yeah, this was going to be a scene showcasing the actual, you know, tech sensor lights, which are really cool. Jaren did a really good job on the timing and everything. And it was just going to be really magical, showcasing people walking down this. There was also going to be another scene, which we actually removed this. And here, I'll show you real quick what I mean. So we actually removed this. And we also removed some of the glass right here, which I actually think that's enough, where what it was going to be is that these lights were all going to be on. They were all purple and stuff, and there was a tech jump pad right here that someone would be jumping through this right here, a little part like this, and then it would be hitting down from here with another jump pad, then another jump pad down here, shooting them back up into here, and then therefore hitting here to down here, and then that would basically start their moonwalk kind of dealio, you know, which would be really, really, really cool. But sadly, like I've said, you know, you make a script and then you got, you know, a bunch of complications, reshoots and stuff. It just didn't make it in the trailer, but that's okay, you know, that's okay. But anyways, let's get back to the base thing. So this thing is a monster. Now, if you know ARK mechanics, you know that, you know, if you build a lot, it sometimes can lag. So the ideal of trailing, you know, since everything is shot in game, you have to always remember, don't put too much detail or too much a lot, like, too, don't build too much that the trailer doesn't look good because of frames, you know. So this is kind of like the max kind of building, I would say, for, you know, like actually scales of building, just to make sure the trailer is smooth as much as possible. And I'm quite like it. I think I did a really good job on like trying to ask. I didn't want to do a perfect circle, all right. I know a lot of you probably are asking why didn't you do just a big circle. I didn't want to actually do that. I wanted to do kind of like a hexagon, octagon kind of feel, because I wanted to have sections like this to be very rigid, and kind of stiff, and also I wanted it to have some sort of like triangle pieces. For some reason, I just had like a vision of, like, you know, having a really cool lunar like main base, you know, very structural sound, and it just not being circular. Now granted, we could have done little circular buildings for the rest of the stuff, but we didn't, because we didn't really want to, and that takes a long time, and you know, it's a long time, and it's a lot of process to do, you know, builds. Definitely could have done circles, but I decided not to. And then we have the lunar walkways and stuff, which is all kind of connected-ish per se, and basically the walkways are kind of connecting. Oh, we're having a meteor storm, and yes, this is also why we picked the spot, because of the meteor storms, because the rocks go from here and hit over there. Really cool. So yeah, anyway, so the walkways, I mean, these are kind of fake. They don't go anywhere, obviously, because it's you know, it's for the video, but in reality, you know, it's kind of just showcasing and how, you know, how stuff is. And we have this beautiful little walkway going to another little thing over here, and yes, this you can't see inside, but in here, this one has it for some reason. We blacked out the windows, so that way if Chris accidentally did see it, you wouldn't actually see it in a video and be like, oh, there's nothing actually in there, you know, per se. And then we have, you know, little bases, little house, you know, it's just mostly a bunch of people on the lunar biome, colonizing it and exploring and doing research studies about why the heck all this is here, what's kind of element, you know, just kind of think of a story, you know. That's kind of what I do. I try to make up a story about why are these buildings here, why is this here, and why is this here, you know, why is this here? This is here for researching why they found these triceratops and the raptors bones, you know. And then we have this is where the one of the Rex's was right here, shooting up at the whales. Let me change the date. There we go. This was me. I was on this Rex shooting up right here. So if you see this Rex right here shooting up, that was me. And then, you know, then we have a bunch of people over here, and I think this right here, I think this spot is where they were shooting the tech cruise missile launcher thing. I think it was right here. I think it was that spot, or maybe it was a little bit more over here. I don't know. It's one of these spots area. And then we have most of this other part of this base that you don't actually see. I don't think you see it at all. There's a tech teleporter. There's a tech transmitter. You know, and it's just kind of just a you know, scenery and feel of it being a moon base. I was gonna make this actually big. I was gonna go around that, but we didn't need it to do that, so I just didn't. We just needed a little intersection area. We were gonna put something in the middle, but we just didn't, because we just didn't need to. Granted, I think the tech replicator tech replicator would have been a good spot right there for it, because we technically got rid of it in there. So but yeah, and then we have over here more a little bit colony buildings and builds, and yeah, you know, that's kind of it. And then we have you know, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, a lot of the stuff you didn't get to see in the trailer because we cut it, but you know, it's still here, mostly for backdrop for scenery if he used for a shot of it. But I think this is one of my favorites. I think this build, the main building, definitely turned out well, and it definitely took me a couple hours to actually get it working and also like perfect. And if you want to see how this thing is floating, yes, under meshing once again, but it was needed to make it look beautiful. And it definitely gives it the, you know, it just fits the scene, and it just fits well. Now granted, you don't see much of it, but that's movie business for you. And yeah, I'm very happy with the build. I'm very happy with everything, and I'm very happy that, you know, Wildcard Act, you know, it's crazy, you know, they entrust someone like me to do that, build the trailers and make sure, you know, the stuff looks good, so that the trailer videos are phenomenal. And I'm very grateful for that, because I never thought, you know, I've said this in the past, you know, is I've always wanted to help them with the trailers, and then somehow one day I got asked to do it, and then it's history. I just help with the trailers. You know, it's crazy. I absolutely love it, and I hopefully you all love it too, and hopefully you enjoy the trailers that I help out with, and hopefully everything else, you know, everything else. I don't know, just very grateful. It just, you know, just another trailer, and then we'll probably do all the holidays, and then we'll do the Genesis Part 2. So look forward to more videos in the future, ladies and gentlemen. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, and thank you so much for following me in today's little bit of adventure. And thank you once again, Wildcard, once again for letting me help you guys with the trailers, and you know, making sure that we have the best quality for you guys' trailers. And I hope you guys really enjoy that, because I do put my heart and soul in making these trailers look pretty, just pretty. I don't know how else to pronounce it. Pretty, absolutely pretty epic. So, and once again, to everyone that's watching it, if you do have questions about anything in the video that you've seen, once again, put a timestamp, then also ask a question, and then maybe I can help you out in exactly the different techniques and the tutorials. We have so many videos on the channel about ARK building and stuff. There's got to be one of those questions. If not, I'll make a new video and put it all in that video. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I do have a free open PC server, link in the description down below. It's on my Discord. It is on Genesis, and we're about to start doing some events, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys. Thank you so much.